Alright, so here today we have the revenue for how Grand Cross did. Did they pop off? Did they lose? What happened? We are going to find out right now. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let me know down below what you think happened here. Did they win? Did they lose? We'll find out right now. Let's hop over there. Let's check it out. So we have the gacha revenue over here. A lot of gachas, again, that competing with, competing with Grand Cross that are dead. So, very crazy stuff there. Another IP game that died. Great stuff over there. I kind of already done this on Nikkei. I already kind of covered this, but I know that a lot of you don't, obviously watch my Nikkei stuff. But to all the people that do watch this video already, I won't bore you with most of the stuff here. But Danmaki, a lot of, again, IP games kind of falling off here, which is... a lot of it is self-inflicted on some of these games. Some of these games not so much, but again, Grand Cross isn't in this area. Like anything I would say below this area is like shutdown territory. I still think so. Like around 200K for an IP game is around shutdown territory. For example, this one you really can't say much here because a lot of these games are also smaller regions. For example, Korea here. But again, for around that number, you can kind of get an idea that games are in the shutdown territory. And I think for Netmarble more so, anything below like $1 million is shutdown territory. Let's be honest there, right? So again, being Netmarble a much bigger company, they don't, kind of take failure lightly. So that's the point of what I'm trying to make here. So there is that. Tower Fantasy over here, 400K. Black Lore Mobile, the Grand Cross killer that we thought was a thing there, definitely fumbled. But the game was good. They just, I don't know. I think they didn't iterate fast enough. That's what it is, right? They didn't. They just, I don't know. I felt like they gave up, honestly, a while ago. But that's my take of the century. Sorry if anybody gets mad at me over that, but I genuinely feel like they gave up a while ago. Over here, Epic 7 still performing, right? It had a low month here for CN. Every CN game is doing really bad lately. I don't know what happened. Other than one. I think one crunched all of them, but I'll show that to you in a second. But beyond that, we're not here in the bad area, but we're getting there. So here we go. First, Tower God New World is actually getting a nice month after a lot of dead months in a row. So they definitely did a 180 over here. I think it was the swimsuits that did it. So fan service saved this game low-key. These both months had heavy fan service and it did good. And they also had good banners and they had good updates. So Tower God New World making a nice comeback there is kind of good to see. And that is why Grand Cross is also getting fan service. The only difference is it's not like saving the game. Right? I thought that August would be a good month. I'm shocked that August wasn't a good month. That's actually very shocking to me. Because remember, most of the collaboration was in August, right? The collaboration technically launched for JP on the 26th, so or the 29th, so 29th, 30th, 31st. So 3 days of the collaboration revenue wasn't even that good. And then again, what else launched? It was I think Thor. All right, Thor was our last banner. I'm going to check real quick on global what launched, and I will obviously get an idea there for what launched afterwards. But yeah, JP did not do too hot here, 1.3 million. They had 3 really freaking good months, and here just a very tank of a month, what do we say the issue was on that? I really can't tell you for sure, but Jenna was in there, so Jenna was obviously a very dud banner. Nobody cared for her. And she released Bugged. Balder, which shockingly enough, Balder didn't do that hot, right? Clearly, Balder did not sell that hot. And then again, the maintenance before Boulder, which was our maintenance on, again, 729 was Thor. So most of Thor's revenue, theoretically, wasn't in August. It was more so in July. So that's why July was super heavy, because a lot of Thor's revenue was in there. The first whole week of Thor was in the July updates, or July banner. So this is mainly just Boulder, the end half of Thor, Jenna, and a few days of collab. So yeah, I can understand why that number's low, but damn, for a few days of collab, that's horrible. For, again, a rerun of this such, and Overlord being a big IP, that is kind of bad. So 1.3 million over here. And for global, so we're not, again, in the lower standard, actually. We actually made it pretty good up here. We did 1.9 versus the usual 2 million, which isn't bad, actually, correct? That is our lowest month in a very long time, actually. It officially is our lowest month. But, again, what could we constitute that to? Maybe Thunder Thighs, Thonar, or Thor wasn't enough for players. Maybe that was it. Maybe the constant spam of banners wasn't good enough. Jenna was horrible. Balder was good, so I'm shocked that this month was that bad, actually. Because that's not good. Could have been that people were saving for the collaboration, more so the collaboration anticipation was there, and that's what it was. But yeah, June and May, we had a really big update. That was Escanor. So if you were to kind of chalk up anything from watching this or reading this or seeing this video, what you can chalk up is simply this. In January, we had Meliodas sell 5 million. In February, we had, I think, it wasn't Gother, was it, yeah, Tower God New World sold 2 million. Then you had 4 million again over here in March, which was Arthur and Gelda, which was, again, non-OC. Go over here in April. I'm pretty sure this was Shield Hero, correct? Which I can verify in a second. Let me just verify that real quick. That will give my point here so much credibility. It is not even funny. So give me a second. Let me verify. Yeah, so April was Gother. The reason April failed mainly, I think, was because we didn't expect it. It came out of nowhere, and most players were just like dead already. They didn't want to go for Gother. They were like, nah, can't. Especially they were saving for the next anniversary, which again, May was the big banner, correct? So that's what I think it was more so. Okay. Obviously, I can't tell for sure, right? After that, again, we had the collaboration, right? The collaboration was the month after. So the collaboration ran into what? It ran into Escanor, which automatically you can't beat Escanor. So that's what happened. Again, this was Gother in anticipation. This was again here, and then 2 OC updates. So Gother performed about on par with 2 OC updates, and Gother is one of the least. And again, this is true. One of the least popular sins, and again, revenue-wise, it showed it to us. This was again over here. Arthur and Gelda. This over here was Meliodas. This over here was Escanor and Shield Hero. So you see, automatically, Gother was just more of a dud. But it was our first ever festival of its sort. And again, most players looked at Gother and were like, yeah, I don't need Gother. So most players ended up skipping Gother. And then again, over here, 2 OC updates, which, yeah, Somnok and Thor. So that's what kind of happened. OC updates don't perform as much. Again, they're not bad. It's obviously, here and there, it's fine to have an OC update. But maybe the OC drought is hitting players. Like, again, JP, like, this performed very well for JP. This is above usual, so Somnok performed well. For some reason, well, Thor also, a week of Thor. For some reason, this month was a very bad month, so. Again, on par with how Gother was a bad month, this was a bad month. And then on par with how February was a bad month, this was a bad month, so. It happens, I guess, right? I'll definitely say for the most part, is it a bad number? Not really. It's still like, what, 1.3 plus basically 2, so you can just say, what, 3.1 here. With JP, it's with KR, it's probably like 500k as usual. KR usually gives us that much, so you can just say around 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, depending on again where KR is at. But it's again not a terrible number. It isn't, right? It's the usual GC thing, but it goes to show you that maybe this update wasn't that good. Again, losing to, I'm shocked as Balder, Thor, and collaboration was a done on JP is wild. So I wonder how it does on global, but yeah. That's what kind of happened. So let me know what you think. Is OCs enough now? We definitely see the OC end here. Or do they keep going OCs? But you can kind of see the revenue here. Escanor, Shield Hero. Over here was Arthur Gelda. Over here was Meliodas. And then again, JP mimics the same thing. Just JP did far better here. We did horrible here. But JP did far better. So yeah, to each their own. Let me know what you think. Take care. Have fun.